I don't know who this message is for today, but God told me to tell you, you gotta get a vision of victory. You gotta see yourself defeating that giant. Can I ask you something? Do you see yourself winning? Do you see your marriage being restored? Do you see your children coming back to God? Do you see it? Because if you don't see it, it's gonna be hard for you to step into it. You got to have a vision of victory.
Good morning, YouTube. I'm trying to put a little bit more structure into the way that I film these videos and kind of really hone in on the purpose of why I'm making this YouTube to begin with. So originally, I was just making videos every single day because I wanted to get used to talking to the camera, talking to you, and not feeling so awkward, so that when I do get to the point of the channel, that I could talk clearly and I could speak from a place of comfortability and accountability. So I think we've kind of reached that point now. So I am ready to kind of just start diving in to the specifics of what exactly I'm doing this year. So for today, I wanted to talk about kind of my steps of how I'm gonna run my first marathon and what I'm gonna do to sort of achieve that goal of running it in under 3.5 hours. I know it seems unrealistic as someone who is a new runner, but apparently so is running 60 miles every single week. So it's gonna be interesting going forward with this. Look at this, look at my truck though, hold on. Let's take a moment for how sick the truck looks right now. I'm always in the 4Runner, so having this bad boy out, and look at these. Bro, I put these on myself. Look how clean that is. Sheesh. That's clean, bro. Anyways, so speaking on, let me go to the other side. Let's get some light on my face so it's not all dark. Speaking of like steps that I'm gonna be taking to do this marathon kind of journey, the first one obviously is I need to lose weight. Starting this off, like I said yesterday, in yesterday's video, I started off at 220 pounds. This morning, I weighed in at 212. So we're already getting pretty close to the goal that I wanna get down to for the marathon. I wanna get down to about 185 pounds before I even think about running a race. So that's coming down from 330 pounds. So we're dropping a lot of weight, a lot of weight. And I know in that process, I'm going to lose a lot of muscle. And originally I was kind of sad about it, but I've began to just accept it for exactly what it is. So I already see muscle being lost and downsizing in certain areas, but really I'm very like top heavy. So I know I need to lose a little bit more. If I expect to be there in the end of March, going into April, I think I'll hit that goal by that point. And that should make me light enough to where I should be able to move my body in a way that feels natural and doesn't really put too much impact on my joints. And I think it will give me the space that I need where I lack in technique to become a little bit faster and a little bit lighter on my feet. So that is really the goal for that. There's a lot of ways that I'm gonna have to like pivot and change things in my diet and my work life and my style of life to hit that goal, but it's getting a little chilly out here. So I have a meeting this morning for content creation. So right after that, I'll come back to you guys and I'll kind of give you an idea of what the plan looks like to tackle losing these other, I think like 25, 30 pounds, something like that. So let's go do that. So I had to make a quick pivot. I was checking into the gym, and when I went to go use my watch, would you look at that? I forgot my watch. I literally use that thing religiously every single day, and there was no way that I was gonna go throughout my whole workout and this morning without tracking my miles. I've been tracking my miles for the entirety of this series and beforehand. So there's just no way I was gonna let that happen. So I have a quick like 5-6 minute drive back home. I'm gonna grab the watch and head back to the gym. But you know, in that time, I may as well just use this as to how I'm gonna tackle this weight loss. First, obviously, is running. Running is gonna do pretty much the heavy lifting of everything for this weight loss. Because I'm running 60 miles a week, cardio is not the issue. The issue is trying to maintain as much muscle as I can and strength while doing these sorts of miles. So normally it's the opposite. So normally I'm building muscle, and it's how little cardio can I do to like keep as much as I can, and running has completely flipped that on its head. So that's going to be interesting. And it's also going to be interesting in a way to where, like, as someone who comes from major weight loss and bodybuilding focused kind of diets and workouts, I now have to consciously eat enough food so that I'm not losing weight too fast. I don't know if that makes sense to someone who is losing weight right now and you're at a higher weight, but losing weight too fast is actually going to be a negative effect on all of my performance and the goals that I want to do. So I need to make sure that I find a good sweet spot to where I'm only losing 1 to 2 pounds a week, and I'm not losing like 4 pounds every week, which right now, to be honest, if I'm being transparent, I am dangerously close to losing like 3 to 4 pounds a week at this moment. I am not eating enough. I'm getting enough protein, but I'm definitely not getting enough carbs or anything like that. So that's really it. It's just eat enough food to where I'm not losing weight too fast, and do enough lifting and strength training that I'm keeping as much muscle and strength as possible, because the running in miles just alone are going to do all of the heavy lifting for my fat loss phase of this. All right, so we just got done with everything pre-workout to the gym, did a little bit of filming, did a little bit of photography for Luke, and now I get to do my 3 miles, and I think I'm still gonna do the 3 miles outside, so we're gonna knock that out, and then a back and bicep day, so that'll be it. So I just finished the run, which leads me to the second point of how I'll be training for this marathon, and really that is just to get as much mileage as possible. So like I said, I'm a new runner, so I don't have the experience that a lot of people who run marathons or even decide to run a marathon have. Currently I'm at, like I said, 60 miles per week, but I worked up from 20 to 30 to 40, and now we're sitting at around 60 as of last week. So the goal is just to get as many miles as possible. So right now I'm on the Run It app, which gives me 4 days of running, I think. No, 5 days of run. No, 4 days of running, all split out to different types of runs. So splits are like tempo runs, long runs, easy runs, fartlek, all kinds of different training that I've never done before. And then outside of that, I'm also doing a 5K every day that I'm not running. So a lot of running right now. So that is essentially how I'm gonna try and get as much mileage as possible, using the Run It app, and then doing 5Ks on the days where I don't have anything scheduled. Also trying to run whenever like Leo and Isaiah are around. So those are just bonus fun runs, but it's been going well so far. I've noticed that 3 miles has gotten significantly easier, and 1 mile is pretty much like nothing now. So it's working, but it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take a lot of time to build endurance and to build resistance to fatigue, especially since I've been doing a lot of treadmill runs, and I've recently switched to a lot more outdoor runs now. So it's a far different like stress on my body doing outdoor runs compared to the treadmill. But today it's just not one of those days where I have anything to give. I really tried with the deadlifts, and I was trying to like get into the right mindset, but I think when you wake up feeling a certain way, it can either stick with you or it'll just dissipate. And today was one of those days where It really just stuck with me, and I tried giving it everything I have today, and there's really nothing to give. I think I need to take a full rest day for the rest of the day and just chill, do some compression, take a shower, eat some food, and lay down, because what I thought was a sinus infection, I think is trying to develop into something worse. And being out here running outside on the treadmill and doing these lifts is not making it any better. So, it kind of sucks. I really hate days like this where I want to give it more, but there's nothing in the tank. Like I can force it, but it's gonna lead to something that's even worse than where I am now. And that comes with that realization comes with experience in the gym. You always want to give it everything that you have, but there's just some times where it is a lot better to just give it absolutely nothing, go home, take your win for the day, and just chill, because it's going to lead to significantly more time off than if you would have just taken the day off. So like I said, I'm going to head home. I have a couple more points that I want to talk about before I close out this day. So head home, shower, rest up a little bit, and then we'll see where the day takes us and kind of finish off there. But man, kind of crappy. Not gonna lie, not happy. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. It's not my day. Anywho, listen, I'm gonna go get the charger for that, but before I do that, don't judge me, all right? I got some white queso, some tortilla chips, EAAs. The sauna is warming up, and I'm about to do compression and editing, all right? This is what we need to understand, to be honest, is that there's gonna be some days where you have so much to give that you're gonna head into the gym and you're gonna leave there feeling like you could have done that workout like 20 more times. And then there's gonna be days like today where you've been going into the gym, having workouts like that, and now you feel like you have nothing left in the tank. And not feel like you have nothing in the tank, but actually have nothing left in the tank because you've neglected to do rest and you've neglected to recover in an optimal way that suits the type of workouts that you do. So currently, like I've said many times now, I am running 50 to 60 miles per week. On top of that, I'm also lifting 6 to 7 times per week. Often 7 times, not many times 6. That was a lot. More times than not, I'm lifting 7 days a week. So that's every single day. And if you do the math, that means I actually have no rest days, and they have finally caught up to me. It's probably why I have this whole sinus infection thing going on, and why I feel like absolute poo today. Hopefully today I will be able to recover enough to where tomorrow feels a lot better, and that I can get back onto a normal schedule and this doesn't take me out for 3 or 4 days. My goal to keep strength is obviously to work out. Well, now it should be 5 to 6 times per week, probably 5 days a week with 2 rest days will be a lot smarter. And I'm going to try to adhere to that and not over push myself. Done with that. Sorry. So we're going to train this. I'm going to make it right here. This is what we're going to do. All right. 5 days a week, 2 rest days. So it's going to probably be push, pull, legs off, push, pull, off, something like that. Or full body. I don't know the split, but it's going to be 5 days on, 2 days off, with 5 days, with probably 7 days of running. No, 6 days of running. Sunday will be a fully complete rest day. No running, no lifting. All right, so what does that mean? Okay, so that means 5 days on, 2 days off. Sunday is for sure a rest day. No lifting, no running, just chill, which means I need to move my long run day to Saturday now. That will be interesting. So that is what I'm gonna do. And while I'm here too, let's just finish this off, because I don't foresee myself doing anything else today other than probably going back to sleep. My goal for the marathon, 3.5 hours. Will I get that? I have no idea, but in my mind, I can do it. There's just a few things that I need to do to achieve that goal. And I feel like I'm already in the progress of working myself towards that. And I have plenty of time. There is no deadline of when I need this to be done, but I want to do it sometime this year. There's just not a hard date of when I'm going to actually accomplish this marathon goal. Realistically, I still need to get down to 185 first. And then from there, we'll be able to gauge what we need to do to get to the final end result. So that's really it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I feel like crap. There are some exciting new things that just happened today that I'm looking forward to tell you about, but I can't tell you until it's actually finalized. Once those things are finalized, hopefully by tonight or tomorrow, I can put it in the video and show you what I'm doing. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for anybody that watches these videos. Thank you for anybody that takes time out of their day to send me a message. Anybody that has felt any sort of inspiration from these videos. Like, it means literally so much. All I've ever wanted was a community that I could share my interests with, that felt a common, like felt the same way that I did about the things that I like, and that we can share that and add on to each other. I used to be a very prideful man, and I used to want to challenge myself to be better than everyone. And I've learned over the last few months that it is so much better to add on to others than to try and take what you can to be at the highest level possible. There is so much more in this world than trying to progress yourself forward without bringing anyone up. And I've just been so blessed to have friends and family and everyone in my life that adds on to me so that I can add back onto them. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you like the video, like it. You already know what comes after that. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And actually, I need to go get the charger for these, because I've literally just been sitting here with my legs getting warm. So, anywho, I love you. Can you see me?